2016 Mitsubishi Montero GLS 4x2 variant. So this is the automatic variant right under the top of the line GTV variant. So let's check it out. As you can see, this is the chrome grille. Modern cars nowadays have big grills, so this is the chrome Mitsubishi emblem right here. So this car, the headlights are LED projector headlamps with LED DRLs, which is color white. And you got the halogen fog lamps right here underneath with a chrome strip accent. On the side of the car, the tires are Dunlop tires. There are 265/60 R18 tires. So 18-inch rims, like a gunmetal finish to it. Then here are the chrome side mirrors with your side repeaters on the side. Then you got your step board here. So this car's keyless entry. So it's push button start with keyless entry. So you just press the button to unlock the car. So the side mirrors open while you unlock it. Then you press the button again to lock. Then the side mirrors fold. So when you park, automatically folds the side mirrors. So you got your roof rails as well. Then your chrome handles for your doors. Here's the gas tank, so it's on the left side of the car, on the driver's side. So here, if you notice, the windows are big on the driver and the passenger, but when you go to the rear pillar, the window gets smaller and smaller. I guess because of the design of the car as well. So the window is actually this size. You come at the back. I think this is where a lot of people, it's either they like it or not. The rear lights of the Montero. So they said it looks like a lot of similar cars, like Volvo has a really long LED light strip on the back. But some people, they just cover it until here. You could buy an accessory nowadays where you cover it. Or some just leave it as is. It depends on your style. Everybody has their preference. So this car has 4 rear parking sensors. It has a backup camera. Even for the 4x2 variant, it has a backup camera. Then you got your rear wipers. Then your washer for your rear windows. It's a pickup based SUV, mid-size SUV. So it's very high. So for floods, or if you go off-road, you have a lot of clearance between the tires and the body itself, between the fender. So now let's check the interior of the 2016 Montero GLS variant. Let's check the interior of the 2016 Montero GLS V. So as you can see inside, these are dual climate controls, so for driver and passenger, so you can control the temperature on both sides. So this is the buttons for your fan speed. So now it's very hot, so we'll put it in 18 degrees. There you go. Then this is your 6.5-inch display. So it has navigation. When you click home, press Navi. Updated maps for navigation. Then if you click home for radio, you have radio, Bluetooth, your settings. Your car info would display even your tire pressure. So 4 of your tires, dapat say more or less the same. So 31, 31, at the back 32, 31.3. And even for the spare tire has its own PSI reading. Then you have your battery voltage right here. Then your compass, even your compass is right here. So here's your emergency light here. Then your rear aircon. Then you got USB auxiliary right here. Then you could also use this as your 12-volt socket for your phones and laptops. So this Montero is an 8-speed automatic. So it's 8-speed automatic with a plus-minus function as well. And it has an electronic handbrake instead of traditional handbrake. So you got 2 fairly sized cup holders, maybe for medium sized drinks. Then you got your leather armrest right here. So you have a tray right here for the first divider, and it's fairly deep inside, as you can see. You can fit a lot of stuff here, and it also has a 12-volt socket to charge your phones and laptops. So the dashboard is plastic. Medyo it's on the hard side, but it's fine. Then you got your glove compartment here. It's not so big, but it's big enough. Then it has a plastic silver finish trim right here on the side. Silver finish trim here. At the same time, silver finish trim in the middle where the gears are. So it's okay. I mean, the problem with this, after 4 years, you could see scratches already. But Nowadays, you could repaint this if you see a lot of scratches. You could repaint the whole thing. That's fine. Then here in the steering wheel, you have your volume buttons for the stereo on the left. Then you got your cruise control buttons on the right. Then you got your menu buttons here for the middle. So if you click here, you'll see the range of the car and stuff like that. So the tachometer is fairly simple. The instrument cluster is very simple. So you just have your RPM and your speed and your how many kilometers have you had in your car. So this car is 67,000 kilometers after 4 years. Then you got your auto driver side open windows, so one touch. But the other three windows, you have to press it a long time for it to go down and press it again. So you have to drag it a little bit. So it's there's no lock and unlock button, but you could click it to lock and unclick to lock. Then you have your side mirror buttons here. Then you got your push start. Normal cars, their push start buttons on the right side of the driver's side, but for this Montero, it's on the left side. Then you have your traction control button here, and of course your hood latch, and also your fuel disengage button right here. So let's check the second row of this 2016 Montero and see if it's roomy or not. So guys, this is the second row of the 2016 Montero. So the aircon vents are on the side, and you have buttons also here for fan speed. So you can increase the fan speed even at the second row. Then you can switch your aircon off and on by pressing this button. Interior halogen lights as well. This is the center armrest for the second row. So you have cup holders here in the middle. So you could fit at least maybe a regular size soft drink. That's okay, it's good size. Then you just press it to fold back. So it's finished in black leather. It's very comfortable. So now let's jump in the third row and see if I could fit there. I'm here at the third row and I'm around 5'7" in height. I could still fit. So you got your aircon vents here. So there's two aircon vents on the third row. And you got your seat belt right here. You got two cup holders here. And you got a 12-volt socket to charge your laptops and your phone. So guys, let's take a look at the engine of this 2016 Mitsubishi Montero. So this Mitsubishi Montero has a 2.4 liter 4-cylinder turbo diesel engine. So it has around 178 horsepower and 430 Newton meters of torque. So as you can see, here's your coolant tank. And you have your power steering fluid. So this is hydraulic power steering. Your washer fluid, your battery, and your brake fluid. Then here's your dipstick for the diesel car, the diesel engine. So it has a lot of power. I mean, 178 horsepower is right on par with the competitors. Toyota Fortuner, the Nissan Terra, I think has a little bit more power. But I think the Hyundai, Kia counterparts have more power. So guys, this is the diesel engine of the GLS V variant for the Mitsubishi Montero. So guys, let's test drive this 2016 Montero around the village and see how it rides. So right off the bat, after starting the car, and the ride is, I guess, what you call a little bit firmer, so it's not as bouncy. And the steering, even though this is hydraulic steering, it feels closer to an electronic power steering, so it's a little bit lighter. Medyo mas magaan siya. So I feel that it's easier to drive. I don't know, it's because of the tires of the Montero, or maybe the steering rack of the car. So there you go. On idle, you could hardly hear the diesel engine, and the radio's not on, so it's pretty good. Pretty good for. I guess that's why a lot of people also buy the Montero. Is because in terms of spec, compared to its competitors, they give more options for less money. Let's just put it that way. So you get even an electronic parking brake on a 4x2 variant, which is not even the top variant of this car. Then you get even backup camera, navigation standard. So it rides pretty well. It doesn't ride like a pickup based mid-size SUV. It's almost, I'm not saying it's close to a crossover, but it's right there. It's not bad. I think that's the reason why a lot of people buy this car, really. And of course it's diesel, so it's a 2.4 liter 4-cylinder turbo diesel engine. which has around 178 horsepower and 413 Newton meters of torque. So it has a lot of torque. When you hit 2000 RPM and above, you get peak torque. So that's the nice thing about diesel cars is, yun nga, 413 Newton meters in 2000 RPM. So that's really good. So you get a lot of power right then and there. So now I'm driving around here, and the roads are not that smooth, but the car is stable. It's firm but not bouncy. That's how I can put it. It's almost like the drive of the Hyundai Santa Fe that I drove, which was a 2013 model. So now here on asphalt roads, it's really smooth. It's really good. So the diesel rumble only hits maybe around first and second gear. Once you hit 60 kilometers, like most diesel cars, it becomes less audible. So you don't hear the diesel engine as much. And also less vibration. You could hear a little of the whine of the turbo engine as well, the turbo mechanism, but nothing disturbing. This is what I'm really amazed. It doesn't feel like a hydraulic power steering. It's very light, and I guess also because the steering wheel is a little bit smaller than the other SUVs that I drove. That's okay. It has nice paddle shifters behind the wheel. So it's finished in plastic, but it's big. It's easy to touch. So you could engage it on your plus minus transmission. Then you just click third gear, and that's fourth gear, fifth, and sixth. There you go. Then downshift, just press minus button. Guys, this is the review of the 2016 GLS Mitsubishi Montero variant 4x2. I hope you liked the review. Please like and subscribe for more new and used car review. Thank you.